Hi, I'm James Simmons, and here are your 3 o'clock headlines. Breaking news in the world of horse racing, Chively Park have announced they'll be removing all 8 of their horses from the care of Gordon Elliott. This comes after a photo of Elliott went viral on social media, showing him straddling on a dead horse. Racing correspondent Joe Parker is at Gorham Park with more.
Yes, thanks, James. The news has just come through here that Chively Park have removed all 8 of their horses that they currently have in training with Gordon Elliott after the disturbing pictures of the trainer straddling a dead horse surfaced over the weekend. This includes multiple Grade 1 and unbeaten horse Envoy Alan.
But it's Envoy Alan over 3 lengths clear and galloping on remorselessly. A star very much in the ascendancy. Envoy Alan emphatic.
Richard Thompson from Chively Park spoke to Sky Sports Racing earlier about the situation and where he'll be sending all of his stable stars, including Envoy Alan and Quilixios, to name a couple.
We have 8, and they'll go between Henry de Bromhead and Willie Mullins, and that'll be organised by the Chris Richardson and the team. So Gerhard will go to Willie, and Quilixios will go to Henry.
It was announced earlier as well that Tiger Roll, the horse who had brought so much success to Gordon Elliott's yard, has been withdrawn from this year's Grand National. The owner of the horse, Michael O'Leary, said it was being withdrawn due to an unfair weight burden. The dual Grand National winner was meant to be carrying 11 stone 9, which is just £1 lower than top weight Bristol de Mai.
Thanks, Joe. In the Premier League, Southampton slipped closer to the relegation zone. A 9th-minute goal from Richarlison was enough for Everton to come away with 3 points from St Mary's last night. After a great start to the season, pressure is mounting on manager Ralph Hasenhüttl as his side fall to 14th in the table. Here's Mickey Jesrati with the latest.
Not only Southampton are struggling with form, but talisman striker is finding it hard to get on target. Saints number 9, Danny Ings, has only got 2 goals in the past 12 league games. And with him being the lead top scorer this season, it is only making matters worse for his side. After failing to win a game since early January, Ralph Hasenhüttl has been struggling, and to not have their usual scorer on form is another challenge they cannot simply suffer. He admitted that Ings, despite having a decent start to the season like the rest of the club, is now facing a very rough patch. Mickey Jesrati, Solent Sports News.
Ings is a little bit short of freshness, it seems, and cannot score in the moment, and we miss these goals definitely. He's the guy normally who gives us the lead.
Football could finally be coming home. Prime Minister Boris Johnson made a pledge for the UK and Ireland to host a World Cup in 2030. This comes after the PM also offered to be the sole host of this summer's European Championship. In F1, world champions Mercedes have unveiled their new car for the upcoming season. The W12 could potentially power Lewis Hamilton to an unprecedented 8th driver's title, and features the black diversity livery that was introduced by the team last year. Speaking at the event, Hamilton said this year is about pushing for diversity and really making sure that action is taken. But of course we exist to win, so that's my goal to deliver. Fellow team Alpine, who have rebranded from Renault since last season, will also launch their car this afternoon. Liverpool legend Ian St John had sadly died at the age of 82. St John spent a decade with the Reds and scored the winner in a 1965 FA Cup final, as well as winning 2 league titles. In a statement, the family said he passed away peacefully in his bed. Paul Cook has been appointed the new Ipswich Town manager. The former Portsmouth and Wigan boss has signed a contract until the summer of 2023, taking over from Paul Lambert, who left the club last week. His side take on Accrington Stanley tonight to close the gap on the playoff places, currently sat 2 points behind the top 6. Elsewhere in League One, Pompey have a crucial game in the race for promotion. It's 6th versus 4th as Kenny Jacketside travel to Doncaster. A win could see them move within a point of 3rd place Hull City with 2 games in hand. Here's Alistair Pollock with the details.
Portsmouth travel to fellow promotion chasers Doncaster Rovers in tonight's League One fixture at the Keep Moat Stadium. Sitting just 3 points above their opponents, the Blues will be in for a tough test as they look to close the gap on Lincoln in 2nd. The hosts haven't won in 5 games and were dealt a huge blow yesterday as manager and former Pompey defender Darren Moore left to take charge of Championship club Sheffield Wednesday. Rovers defender Andy Butler has been put in charge until the end of the season. Kenny Jackett will be hoping to improve on their result in the reverse fixture where they lost 1-0 at Fratton Park. I've been Alistair Pollock for Solent Sports News.
Further down in the table, There's some sad news for Shrewsbury Town. Their manager Steve Cotterill has been readmitted to hospital after being diagnosed with pneumonia. The 56-year-old had previously spent 33 days in hospital fighting COVID. Assistant manager Aaron Wilbraham has described him as the toughest person he knows. Finally, the evening's football sees Eastleigh travel to Chesterfield in the National League. A win could take the Spitfires as high as 4th. Here's Charlie Parker with a preview of tonight's game.
Eastleigh make the trip to Chesterfield in the National League. Without a fixture at the weekend, the Spitfires dropped to 6th in the National League table and remain on 38 points after the goalless draw against Wealdstone last Tuesday. The Silver Lake side have now kept 7 clean sheets in 23 games, one more than the 37 games played last campaign, before the pandemic brought proceedings to a halt. Jack Payne is likely to miss the trip to Chesterfield after picking up an injury against Stockport. Joe Partington is also a doubt, but Abdullahi Baggy should be available for selection. They will look to extend their unbeaten run to 9 this evening and make it 4 wins in 5 matches. Eastleigh's media officer Tom Mulholland has more information about tonight's fixture.
Elsewhere, Man City take on Wolves in the Premier League, Huddersfield take on Birmingham in a big game at the bottom of the Championship, Oxford take on Peterborough at the top of League 1, and there's a full fixture schedule in League 2 and the National League. That's all from us at Solent Sports News today. See you next week.